Hey y'all, everybody's favorite bumpkin here. Well, this is not exactly our normal Ramblin' Park episode, so yeah, there's that. Basically, what this is a recap of the last 72 hours, give or take, something like that. The aftermath video, if you will, from the Forgotten Angels Weirdos Campout Spring Edition 2025. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video. But before that, the parts in the middle that are not on video, let me give you a quick recap of that. Let's see here. Motorcycles, motorcycles, motorcycles. Hell yeah, brother. Cranking my hog. Beer, 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 beer. Good food, good people, more good people. Beer, beer, beer. More good people. Horrible karaoke on my part, even though I meant that directly from the bottom of my heart to my dearly beloved wife unit. Occasional beer. Good, deep, interesting, deep level conversation with some really cool people. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And yeah, that was that. That's the quick and dirty recap of all the parts that you don't see in this video, because the thing is, I was out there to spend time with my friends, with Shade Tree Army, everybody associated with Forgotten Angels, David and Cindy. You guys, you do a hell of a job. And you guys knocked it out of the park this year for all the support that you showed for Forgotten Angels. And also, I was quite impressed with the amount of support that everybody showed to one another. We had people from all over the country show up for this thing. We had people fly in, we had people ride in, we had people that broke down on the road, people stepped up to help them. That's the way it should be. I'd like to take just a minute here to put a little certain something something in here in this video to some people that came up to me on Saturday night, because it really kind of put things in perspective for me. I'm a YouTube noob. I ain't gonna lie about it, okay? I ain't made no bones about it, and you guys have seen me trip up, fuck up, and out fail on more than one occasion. I had a person approach me Saturday night. Her and her husband were very grateful from the videos that I make, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I do. It's pretty humbling to me. The thing is, they approached me with a sense of fandom, if you will, like they were approaching some national celebrity. And I told them point blank, hey, I ain't nobody special. I'm Joe. That's it. Cut and dried, plain and simple. Anyway, they were telling me that they had recently acquired a Honda CB360T, old school scrambler bike. Cool, awesome. They're starting on their own journey of Ramblin' Park. They're bringing it back from the dead. And I admire that. I support that 100%. So if you guys out there watching, and you know who you are, like I said Saturday night, if you ever need any help, by all means, reach out to me. I'll do anything in the world that I can do to help you guys out, and also help you do some quality of life upgrades on that bike to where you can get it back out on the road and you can avoid some of the pitfalls of old iron like that along the way. However, I fully 100% expect to see you riding this thing, okay? Now, I'm not going to throw down the gauntlet and say you got to ride it to the campout in October, but you know what? I want to see you on that bike, and I want to see it in the wind, okay? That's all the thanks that I need, period. It's because of people like you. It's the reason I do stuff like this, what I do here in the temple. Our mission here at Joe the Mountain Jedi is to help spread knowledge and to help one another, to help enrich the knowledge base of motorcyclists here within our community. So what if you don't have a big budget? There's ways around that. So what if you got a 30-year-old bike? Hey, that's what we do. The main thing here is we like bike. That's what we're about here. At the end of the day, I'm just Joe. But I'll make damn good and sure I help you out however I can, guys. Promise. By the way, stay tuned for a upcoming Tool Talk video on the Ultimate Tire Balancer, or as my beloved wife unit likes to call it, the Harbor Freight Tire Balancer Pimp My Ride Edition. You can see, I got my old tire balancer sitting here on the lift in the shop. I've had this thing for several years now, and it's spun a lot of tires, and it's slung a lot of lead. It's always had a couple of shortcomings to it, and the other day I kind of got an idea in my head, and I decided, you know what? We're going to roll with it. So we're going to address those shortcomings in an upcoming Tool Talk video, and You guys are probably going to laugh at me because by the time I'm done with this thing, it's going to be the sexiest, most pimp-ass Harbor Freight tire balancer y'all have probably ever seen, all right? Hang in there. That shit's going to be fun.
Let's do the time warp again. Oh, wormhole.
Wave to everybody's favorite crossing guard. She looks fetching in her high-vis green today. Hey y'all, everybody's favorite bumpkin here. Just as soon as we get through the school zone here to where we don't have to watch out for the little kitties. Yep, kind of like that right there. Hey, let's go to Ybor. Man, I gotta tell you, the new chain and sprockets on Cletus here, that made a huge, I mean huge difference. Things are wasting. Yellow light, that sucks. Oh well, it's part of it. Anyway, like I was saying before the train of thought crashed into the depot there, the new chain and sprockets took virtually all of the driveline noise out of Cletus here, and oh man, it's so much more fun to ride. Did notice that we got a little bit of oil still cooking off the exhaust from the massive oil leak that was totally and wholly diagnosed incorrectly. Hopefully that will abate here in another few hundred miles, because it kind of stinks a little bit. Ew. I figured, hey, let's take Cletus to work today, shall we? Sometimes I gotta juggle around from bike to bike because basically the roadie gets treated kind of like the shop truck because I've got luggage and I can haul shit with me. And the other day I had stuff that I had to take back to Amazon, and you know, guess what? There ain't enough room in the tank bag for what I had to drop off, so bastard glad it was. Don't get me wrong, y'all know me, I love my roadie. I will never sell that bike. But, you know, there's just something a little bit addictive about old Cletus here. And I am glad to see that they're making progress with the repaving here on 19 South, because, man, for a while, it was a friggin' war zone crossing the street, man. Much improvement. Ugh, there's that little clicky pop feeling again. We got to put neck bearings in Cletus here. They're a little loose and sloppy. That's kind of to be expected with the age of this bike and how this thing most likely got treated in a previous life. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of these bikes wound up in a salvage yard or tucked away in somebody's garage in the way back underneath the tarp, because one thing about the early ZX11s, they're known for number 3 rod bearing checking out, and the reason why is because people used to wheelie the crap out of these bikes all the damn time. Well, guess what happens whenever you do that too often or too long with low oil? That's right, the oil pump sucks air. Air don't do worth a damn for lubricating bearings, and number 3 rod bearings, since it gets the least amount of oil flow out of all 4 of them, it decides it wants to beat the shit out of it, and then it very quickly after that starts to spin inside the rod shell. And shortly after that, if you don't have enough intelligence to pull over to the side of the road, it creates this nifty little inspection window in the crankcase. Bad juju, no bueno. Thankfully, we have not had to worry about that issue with Cletus here. But anyway, like I was saying, we got to do neck bearings on Cletus, and I figure while we're doing that, I'll bring you guys along with me to where I can kind of go through the process and show you what's involved, because the basic steps of it are going to be more or less universally applicable across all bikes across the spectrum. That, and also, since we're going to be just 6-8 inches away from it, it'll give me a chance to figure out what in the hell that god-awful banging rattling in the nose of this thing is. I know the air ducts down here in the nose of the bike are loose in the fairing. It's got these ram air tubes that sit right below the headlight, and that's where it pulls all the pressurized air off the front of the bike and it feeds into the air box, and that's partly what gives this big bastard so much of it's kicking the ass whenever you're going at high speed, is because it's literally cramming air into the motor instead of the motor having to work and pull it in. But there's something that's loose and flopping around up in there, and I mean, honestly, if especially like if you're on a pretty bumpy road like some of the brick roads here in St. Pete, or God forbid over in Ybor City, whenever you're driving over something like that, that thing rattles and bangs like two skeletons fucking in a dumpster. Once again, for all of you nerdy hall monitor types out there that may be watching this at home, or if you're unfamiliar with how traffic actually works here in the Tampa Bay area, two things. Number one, pay no mind to the speedometer on this bike. It's horribly inaccurate. We're actually going about 25 mile an hour slower than what it represents. Number two, with the way commuter traffic works during those times of days, my philosophy on that is, if I'm going just a little bit faster than all the other idiots out there that are not paying attention to what the hell they're doing, they got their nose stuck in a newspaper, if people remember what in the hell those are these days. More often than not, it's having their nose buried in their phone, updating their Instagram or Facebook, or seeing who they can pull on Tinder. You know, if I can keep just a little bit ahead of all those types, I'm in good shape, and it gives me a little bit more buffer room in the comfort zone. So there, I said what I said. I speed for safety. Ain't much speeding going on here right now, I can tell you that. What the hell's going on over here? Ah, fuckery as far as the eye can see. Well, at least we're still moving at a decent clip here. If we take into account the horrible inaccuracies that are inherent with the terrible design of the speedometer on this bike, we're plugging along here at about 25 mile an hour, which that's not terrible. I mean, we can make do with that. Yeah. I need some tunage to alleviate the brain pain. Yeah, we got a little Zach Bryan on the menu for today. Cool. These guys hanging out here in the left lane, they're probably named Parker. Guys, it's a merge, okay? It's been posted for the last half a mile. How hard is it to figure that shit out? I mean, what the hell? Do you guys look at each other through the windows and everything while the barrier's getting that much closer to you and go, okay, 1, 2, 3, shoot! Damn, I lost. Fucking campers. Come on, Parker, you can move at any time. Little survival tip for dealing with traffic on the daily down here in Tampa Bay. It also kind of goes hand in hand if you're exploring a room in a building that doesn't exactly leave you feeling, how shall we say, secure. Yeah, always check the corners, kids. Typical Friday morning commute on 275. Boring. Okay, I will freely admit to being spoiled by this thing, okay? I mean, the soul-crushing roll-on torque that this thing has is mind-bogglingly addictive. It just turns you into a common street junkie, you know? It's just like, I need more. Give me more, Daddy. Is that my little amigo up there? I think it is. Nope, not who I thought it was. What kind of fresh hell is this? How dare you interrupt Sturgill on the radio? Ugh. Mood kill. I don't know what that was all about, but thank God it didn't last long. I gotta be honest with you guys right now. I have got to stop and get me some fat kid fuel. Last night, whenever I got home from work, I was pretty damn smoked, shagged, bagged, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, my ass was tired. So, needless to say, I put a very minimal amount of effort into dinner, and I ended up with a bowl of gourmet ramen noodles. By gourmet, meaning I gave it a couple of shakes out of the old pepper grinder just to liven things up, and I called it good at that. So right now, I am on a side quest. Well, main quest is getting to work. The side quest is stopping along at BK on the way in for the ubiquitous Fat Kid Special. That's the eggnormous burrito, but it's not a normal eggnormous burrito. It's a Fat Kid eggnormous burrito. What that means is it's got the whole damn hog in there. Bacon, sausage, ham. Oh yeah, all the good things that makes cardiologists just sit there and wring their hands, go, ooh, yeah, that's my next customer right there. You know, I shouldn't joke about stuff like that, especially since I'm not exactly what you would call the picture-perfect embodiment of physical health. But, you know, hey, what can I say? Sometimes it's hell being God's own prototype, y'all. Really, Parker? Really? Dude! Are you fucking kidding me? Guy's life ambition is to drive the pace car at the Daytona 500. Guess what, son? You on the wrong stretch of blacktop. Typical douchebag Beamer driver. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Ain't nobody got no time for this foolishness. What is the holdup? I will love it when they get done with all this bullshittery of construction they're doing here. Hey, Broham, let me in. There we go. It's right there. It's right there. I can feel it. And the parking lot is empty, but the drive-thru is full. Hey, there's my little buddy right there. Let's have a little fun with the new kid here, shall we? Boop. Yeah, that shit'll teach you to have your nose buried in your phone.
Yeah, I felt it. I was like, what? You didn't say. And then I heard your voice and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
How's traffic on the way out?
It wasn't great, wasn't horrible, it was just kind of meh, you know. Felt like a Tuesday.
Fair enough.
It's weird though how traffic goes, you know, by the work week down here. It's something I noticed right after I first moved down here. Like Fridays, traffic's usually pretty easy. Saturdays, fuck yeah, usually it's wide open, you know. Dude, I miss COVID traffic. Like, I seriously miss COVID traffic, because it was, you saw like maybe 10% of the cars out there that you do on a slow day. And dude, nobody cared. I mean, it was like, okay, yeah, it's testing tune day at Daytona. Y'all go out there and give it hell, just do whatever the fuck you feel like. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. I took car one day because, you know, it was a lot easier on gas in my truck. And no shit, dude, I made it from the house to work in 18 minutes flat. I was talking to her on the phone. She called me like right after I pulled out of the driveway. And we're talking while I'm driving and everything. And I'm like, All right, babe, I gotta get off here. I'm here at the shop. I gotta go to work. She's like, wait a minute. How in the hell are you already at work? I'm like, wormhole? I know. I give him a rash of shit all the time, but Angel's good people. I tell you what, man, he's a good fit for us at the Ride Factory, and I'm damn proud to call him my friend. Oh, I need a coffee infusion. That's gonna have to wait until we get to the shop, though. No cup holder. And also, survey says we're gonna have to buy some go-go juice before too awful long. Definitely before the return leg this evening. Oh, speaking of the return leg this evening, we might have a little bit of a detour involved with that. Hang on, stick around. You'll figure it out pretty fast. Cletus is making his presence known. We're gonna need to investigate that and see what's up with it. Because I don't think that's just oil that was on the headers from the last go around. That's something new. Yeah, it's definitely something new if cooling fan's kicking it out like that. Yeah, Sportster guys, am I right? Morning.
No, the guy on the motorcycle paid for it.
That little shit, I'll get him.
He didn't say that was his name.
Oh no, it is.
Oh.
Trust me, it is.
Have a great day.
Thank you, hon. That little worm, I'll get his ass. Hey, Rocket Man. How you doing, buddy? Here we go again, y'all. Be back in a little while. There, finally. Tell you what, come summertime, this thing's gonna be toasty riding in traffic. You can already feel the heat coming off the lowers on this thing. Man, I don't remember this light being this long.
Yeah, it's long, man.
Yeah. I'm beginning to wonder. I never sat that long here. And welcome to Brandon, kids. Now, a lot of y'all may be wondering, what in the hell is that goofy chubby fucker doing in the pinky out highbrow part of town? Well, we are on our way to Valrico because that's where Forgotten Angels is. And that's where the Weirdos Campout is. Because that's right, it's that time, y'all. Springtime Weirdos Campout 2025. Here we come. That's so cute. Brian's trying to leave me on his Triumph. That's adorable.
God, my ear itches. I'm like, fuck, dude. It feels like something's crawling around it. I'm like, motherfucker.
Damn, Zippy. Are you fucking serious? Come on, man.
It's a lot, dude. That's why he's hauling ass. Dude, he was hitting it just right.
Got a douchebag Tesla owner there in full-blown self-service mode. Oh, let's see here. We ain't too far off the res right now, guys. I'm gonna head out to Forgotten Angels, meet up with some good friends we ain't seen in a while. A couple of them are going to be conspicuously absent this trip, and that kind of hurts my heart because I was really looking forward to seeing, you know, a couple people in particular. You know, Brother Buck Brown, I understand what you got going on right now, son. Please don't feel bad about not being here. We will hold down the fort till you get back. And that's cute. That's adorable. He's trying to be all speed racery. man didn't get the memo that this is 40 mile an hour through here. Hey, Brian, you might want to slow down because that's a cop in front of the vehicle in front of you. And his blinker has been blinking since 1952. It's Snail Man. Snail Man! You fans of the Bob and Tom Show will appreciate that. Anyway, like I was saying before, got a few people that's missing from the program this trip around, and that's kind of a bummer. Brother Buck, I know why you ain't here, and I wish you guys all the best, man. I really do. We will talk soon, my friend. And Red Rider Canada, Angel, yeah, I know you couldn't get an entrance visa because, you know, the way things are right now. Actually, no, that's bullshit, okay? Angel's in the middle of moving right now, and she just wasn't going to be able to make it happen, and I totally get that and totally understand, because moving sucks, okay? A few more I'd like to see, but I ain't going to be able to this trip. Rainy Rider, hey, brother, I know what you got going on right now, and, you know, me and you talk quite on the frequent, so, yeah, I get it, bro. And let's see, who else is missing here? Oh, yeah. Pickle Slice. Hey, brother. I know that you made a try, and I'm proud of you for doing that. Next time you get a mood or you get a hankering to take a stab at it again, I meant what I said there, Bubba. You give me a holler. I'll ride up and I'll meet you in Tennessee. We'll ride down here together. That's a promise. Besides, I got one of my 5 up there in Tennessee that I've been threatening to go up there and visit for a good long bit anyway. It gave me the perfect excuse to show up on his doorstep unannounced. And Corn Pop. Brother Corn Pop. Hey man, I know you're working your ass off, and I get that, dude. One of these days, if you can't make it happen, I will come up and kidnap you to bring you down here for one of the campouts, all right? Because this is an event that is truly not to be missed. Is it as relevant to me as, you know, the birth of my kids? Well, no, but it's still a hell of a good time. Now, here we are on Little Stearns. We got to obey the posted 15-mile-an-hour speed limit just to keep peace with the neighbors, and also, you know, to keep them off David Cindy's back, because somebody out here is a snitch, and they like calling the cops on the least little thing. There's that sign to let you know exactly where you are. Welcome home, guys. And behold, the gathering of the weirdos. Let's go meet the family, y'all. It's that time again.
I was revving up.
Ain't no big deal.
I want to get behind 6 cars, and that guy went to turn. I'm like, oh, hey, here's a break, and then.
Ain't no biggie.
I know, but still, you know, I thought you were right behind me. That wasn't bad, Durant. Man, that wasn't bad at all.
Damn it. There.
That's the fastest I've got down here on a Friday in a long time.
Okay, kids, here we are. Night 2 at the Weirdos Campout out at Forgotten Angels in Valrico. We're going to jump on the Selman here real quick because I really don't feel like dealing with all the traffic taking the normal surface roads. And one slight advantage to having this big-ass tour pack on the back of the Bastard Glide here, the license plate's in the stock location, and it's perfectly visible to everything except those pesky-ass toll cameras. And that was totally unintentional. It was just it was a Bob Ross moment. It was a happy little accident. stuff that we may or may not get on video for, you know, obvious reasons. But all in all, it's a good time. And this is the 10-year anniversary, or excuse me, the 5-year anniversary. This is Weirdo's Campout number 10. So, you know, this is kind of a special, big deal. You know, kind of like, you know, important and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. Got my buddy Angel back behind me. Ryan left out a few minutes before we did because we had to stop and replenish the distilled Dinos juice. So there's that. But clear road, we ain't got a lot of traffic. Life is good, brother. And on top of it all, we got the evil Dr. Hamsterville here riding shotgun with us, and he tends to ward off all the bad road spirits and bad juju that may come across our path. You okay? Your what went flying? Oh. So what you're saying is you're giving Angel a peep show. Welcome to Brandon, home of the higher tax brackets, manicured lawns, and the double espresso chai tea douchebag lattes. Yeah, but the douchebag edition you do. Sorry, gang, I don't have the audio cable plugged into the beloved wife unit right now, so that's why it sounds like I'm having a one-sided conversation here. She was a wee bit concerned after we got back from Daytona because, unbeknownst to her, some of the spicy parts of her audiobook, they accidentally transposed over onto the audio from the ride. So, yeah, you guys may get a little bit of bonus in there that you wasn't planning for or quite prepared for. Nah, she says she's cutting it out, but by God, we're going to leave it in there just for ha-has, just to see what the hell happens. How about that? Besides, you guys may find a new author. You never know. Yeah, it's a good thing we do the spring camp out the times of the year that we do, because right after the camp out, that's when all the spring breakers start descending here down to the Florida Gulf Coast area. And that's just, you know, there's a lot of places that you tend to avoid. The beach being one of them, because, you know, if you ever wanted to see just how many pavement princess Jeeps and squatted trucks you can put into one square block, all you gotta do is go down to St. Pete Beach on a Friday night during spring break season, man. Well, babe, the reason that I do that is because whenever we're riding stagger, you know, if I've got somebody behind me, I'm giving them a place to go in case they need to evade something, but also the road humps in the middle because of the weight of the cars pressing down on the outer parts of the lane, and I stay in one side or the other. I try to avoid being in the middle because that's where all the oil drips and everything collect too. Huh. Oh, there it is. 297 on one side of the road, 309 on the other. I guess Kangaroo's got that, you know, diet gas. Here I was trying to make a funny, and I got the voice of reason behind me. Wow, that was a noob move. Just bomb the clutch and stall it right there when the light turns green. How long have you been doing this shit? Really? And you're still fucking up like that? Yeah. Hey, what can I say, folks? It happens. Appreciate it. Shitbox Nation, roll out. Oh, this light at Bloomingdale takes forever. Come on, I want to go. Need to be with my weirdos. a little blue bump. Boing. All we need is that little coin chime, you know, from Mario. Ba-ding! And here we are, guys. Looks like we got some folks leaving out. Slow down, guys. It's 15 mile an hour here. You don't want to piss off the neighbors. Keep that in mind if you guys come down here, you know, for one of the events, or just come down here to say, hey, if you notice, we got small kids running around here, you know, they're playing. Well, it's a residential area, okay? So keep your head on a swivel, be considerate, you know, be observant. People live here. Good morning, ladies and germs. Those of you that are longtime viewers of the channel, you may wonder what this mysterious orange orb is. It's a, you know, a prominent figure in the skyline. That would be the sun. That would mean that we have been up and around since the butt crack. The reason why for that is I got to take the beloved wife unit back to Ybor, back to her car, because when we left out of the Weirdos Campout Saturday night, well, actually in the wee hours of Sunday morning, let's just say that stopping by to get her car wasn't really an option, and we're like, no, we're just going to go to the house. Now let me explain that decision just a little bit, because you guys know that historically we camp out at the Campout. See what I did there? We normally do that on Saturday nights to where we can hang out with everybody and, you know, do the whole campout thing, just because of our work schedules and life being what it is. Most of the time, that's really the only time we have available to do so. Now, unfortunately, this year, we kind of doubled down on the dumb adult stuff, and we wasn't able to camp Saturday night. However, within 5 minutes of us arriving on site there at the Campout Saturday night, David came up to me and very much graciously offered a tent and sleeping bags and whatnot to me and the beloved wife unit as soon as he found out that we had not intended on camping because of things being what they are. And in hindsight, I should have accepted that offer from him, because well, this is where we got to get real with this here, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of cut things a little too close to the bone, and I had a little bit of a close call that scared the shit out of me on the way home from the Campout. Let me explain. Yeah. Oh, I am now. I just got to pull the seat cover out of my ass. That intersection that we were sitting at the red light just a few seconds ago in this video, that is approximately, give or take, you know, a mile from my house. And you know the old adage that goes, you know, you're most likely to get into a wreck or an accident, you know, when you're close to home. Well, that shit holds true, because that is where I got stupid. I was tired. I was shot out and strung out. No, I was not intoxicated on any kind of substances or anything per se. But the thing is, y'all know me. I'm kind of bad about burning my candle at both ends and occasionally in the middle at the same time. And this last week, that's been quite a few of those times. And it caught up to me, because we're sitting there, 2 o'clock in the morning, dead of night, virtually no traffic whatsoever. I think there was one car sitting on the opposite side of the intersection from us, but there was no cross traffic. We're just waiting on the light to time out to where we can go. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And I got comfy, I got cozy, I got too comfortable. And for a split second, I let myself kind of lose focus a little bit and drift off. And I was that damn far away from having to pick me, the wife unit, and the bastard glide up out of the middle of the damn road from falling over. That's right, I damn near fell asleep. Now, I'll freely admit, I was kind of running on empty whenever we left the camp out. But I thought, okay, I'm fine. I can keep my shit together enough to get us home in one piece. I cut that a little bit too close for comfort, and that was a stark wake-up call, let me tell you. You okay back there? Do what? She's getting all the vibes in the good spot, y'all. It's probably a good thing that you couldn't hear the beloved wife unit's reply to my query of, is she okay? Because we do a lot of inappropriate shit on this channel, but that one may have gotten us in trouble just a wee bit. Sorry, baby. Alright guys, now let me point something out here as we're entering the early stages of nuts to butts traffic here on the morning commute. You guys that were lucky enough to attend the Campout, or if you've seen some of the pictures that are floating around on a couple of different internet sites, you guys know that me and the wife unit, we're kind of like, well, let's see here, what analogy can we use for this? All right, peanut butter and jelly, Tango and Cash, you know, Thelma, well, I don't know about Thelma and Louise. I'm not going to do the whole suicide pact with you there, babe. I'm sorry, I love you. I don't know if I'm going to go that far. But, you know, Romeo and Juliet, oh, hell no. I mean, those were two dumbass kids that got in trouble because they did some shit their folks told them not to do, and they went ahead and did it anyway. And then they decided, you know what, fuck it, we're going to kill ourselves instead of facing the consequences. Screw you, Mom and Dad. No, that's not a good analogy to use. The thing is, what I'm getting at, I care about the beloved wife unit very deeply with pretty much every molecule of my being, and it bothered me yesterday replaying all that in my head and thinking about, you know what, I could have potentially screwed up very badly. That's something that's something's going to stick with me for a good while. So take in consideration what your personal limitations are, both physical and mental, because the thing is, I was well past both of mine, and I was running strictly on autopilot. And luckily, I dodged enough bullets to where things come out okay. What I'm trying to tell you is here, folks, if you got the opportunity to take a quickie power nap or something like that, if you're traveling, or if you're out and about somewhere with plans of getting back home, make sure you got a backup plan in place just in case, because you never know. And I love you too, baby. Dude, stop. My dick can only get so hard. We're doing 40 mile an hour here, for fuck's sake, okay? Who the hell you think you're trying to impress, man?
Well, there you have it, guys. That's the ride to the Weirdos Campout, Friday and Saturday night for the 2025 Spring Campout. Like I said, got to meet a hell of a lot of good people. I was very humbled by how many people that came up to me and said that they watched my videos, because honestly, I didn't think there was that many eyeballs looking in my direction. So for each and every one of you folks out there that came up to me, shook my hand, said, hey, I like your stuff, thank you. I appreciate the hell out of it, and it's the support from people like you guys that help us keep this rolling here. The reason we do what we do here at JTMJ is because we like bike. Y'all have heard me say that before. You're going to hear me say it again, because that's the truth. I'm fortunate enough to be able to share time with you guys and share knowledge with you guys. The thing is, I want to be able to help people understand what they need to do to, number one, keep a bike in good, safe running condition, or number two, if they've bought into a project bike and it's been sitting tucked away in the corner of some barn for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I want to help you guys bring that thing back from the dead, put it back on the road. That's where it belongs. It doesn't belong stuck off in a corner somewhere with a tarp on it. It doesn't belong sitting over there in the back of the shed with, 17 mice building their own personal little Stuart Little Airbnb inside of it. Motorcycles are meant to ride. So let's get them out there. Let's ride them. All right? So there you go, guys. That's what we're all about here at the temple. We like bike. We work on bike. We help people learn about bike. That's the reward in this. Now, if you guys have questions about your own personal vehicles or something that you may be trying to help a buddy with, something like that, check us out on the Patreon link down below. That is where you're going to find the link to the JTMJ Discord. That is where we are building our knowledge base. That is where we have our tech support section, if you will. That is where we are building our library. That is where the people are there solely to help one another are at. There's no drama. There's no bullshit. There's no, hey, flea market stuff this. Hey, let's sell this. Let's promote this product that is absolutely useless. But, you know, somebody paid us money, so we're going to promote it. No, we don't believe in that bullshit here. The thing is, we want to see you guys out on the road. We want to see you guys at a camp out. If you can't make a camp out, hey, take a picture, throw it up on YouTube, throw it up on the Patreon, throw it up on the Discord. Get out and ride. That's what makes this all worth it. For me, the wife unit, and everybody here at JTMJ. So stop on by the Patreon. That's where you find the link. And remember, the Patreon membership, that's 100% free. The Discord membership, that's 100% free. The biggest reason we have everybody go through the Patreon site to where they can get into the Discord, it's so we can add to our members map, all right? The members map over on the Discord site, that is something that's evolving. It's growing. As we add more members to the Discord, that map grows. That coverage grows. And the ability for us to reach out and lend a hand to somebody that may be in a spot, that grows. The thing is, there's been more than a few times where somebody has helped me. The least I can do is put that out there and pay that forward to you guys. And I don't care what it is. If it's a taillight bulb or rebuilding a motor or anything in between. If y'all got questions, come hit us up over on the Discord, okay? Because if I'm not there and I can't jump right on that, there's plenty of other people over there that's going to jump in there, help you. We'll get you where you need to be. Because that's what we're all about here at JTMJ. Is bikers helping bikers. I hope you liked the ride video with Cletus out to the camp out. I hope you liked the ride video with the Bastard Glide and me and the wife unit out to the camp out. And the video from the camp out, you know, on the times in between, well, you know, there's plenty of that floating around out there, and I just didn't really feel the need to add to it. Because the thing is, I wasn't out there to run a camera. I was out there to hang out with family. Because that's what we are. We're family. Till next time, guys. I love y'all, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Force will be with you, always.